Hi all and welcome to the 8th episode of the Scotch podcast. Today I'm joined by our vice captains of the college, Billy Starling and Mollie Wilson.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So it's episode number 8 today. Who would have thought we would have got there, Billy?
Yeah, it's been a long while since your first episode, 8 weeks ago.
Quite surprising people are still interested.
And if we go to the first episode, we had the college captains on.
Yep.
And it's taken us 8 episodes to get you guys on.
Must not be very important then.
Must not be very important. Very well. But anyways, we're going to get to know you and we're going to get some rapid fire questions. We're going to go for a minute. I'm going to ask maybe 8 or 9 questions. We're going to get through this really quick, okay? Set the timer, Sophie.
You
Question
go
number 1.
first.
Favourite sport?
AFL.
Football.
Football. Favourite AFL team?
Crows.
Geelong.
Does pineapple go on pizza?
Yes.
No.
Ooh. Do you listen to podcast or do you watch podcast?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What
It's not a yes or no.
I listen to them, Seb.
You listen to them.
Although the Scotch
as in-
podcast,
The Scotch podcast, do you watch or listen?
I watch the
Yes.
Scotch part.
That
Scotch
really
podcast.
hurt my brain.
That's okay,
I
Molly.
do
We'll go to
both.
You do both?
Yes to both.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs.
Favourite type of dogs?
All. Any.
All.
Yeah, I think I have to agree on that one. Oh, maybe kelpies. I like kelpies.
City or countryside?
Countryside.
Countryside. What's our favourite part of SA? Countryside?
Probably the Eyre Peninsula.
Oh. Correct answer.
Thank you.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunset.
Sunrise.
Sunrise, yeah.
Why the sunrise?
Because you got to put more, like you see a sunset every day, but you got to put more effort in to see the sunrise, you know what I mean?
That's my boy. Well done. And lastly, who would win in a battle, a lion or a tiger?
A tiger.
Lion.
And I'll add one more to it. If you had a fight with any animal, what's the biggest animal you could beat in a fight?
I reckon I could take a giraffe.
With your bare hands.
Well, like if you could trip it up, I reckon you could do be a fair chance, you know what I mean?
You know they weigh like a ton.
Well, maybe a baby one, but I don't know. I thought
Molly?
Probably like a dog.
A dog?
Seb, I actually heard a really good answer for this one. There was a sloth.
A sloth?
Someone reckons they could take a sloth. And I
A
thought
sloth
that
was a good answer.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good answer.
I feel
Yeah.
like if you could take a sloth, then you must not be very strong.
Yeah, but
People said a koala, but koalas are very fierce and angry when they want to be.
yeah, that'd be
So-
scary. I can take a kangaroo though.
Sloth, a
Almost.
kangaroo? No. You couldn't take a kangaroo.
Interesting.
Yeah, sometimes people also go they could take bigger animals down if they were out of their habitat. So people could take down a shark if it was on land, which is duh. But yeah.
Just want to say how
So
it
that's-
sounded. Sorry.
Anyways, let's go on to some key sort of questions about our role as vice captains. And when we're on that topic, what is your role as a vice captain?
I'd probably say captains of year 12, probably.
Yeah, Molly and I sort of look at our role as mainly our key focus is sort of supporting year 12 and also supporting the college captains, Louis and Ella, with their initiatives and what they want to do for the college, but mainly year 12 focused.
And
That
when we-
was a lot more well thought out than my answer.
And Molly, when we talk about the word of support, what does support mean?
Getting behind people, supporting what they want to do. Maybe they come to us with an initiative. We have to get behind that, support them, do our best to kind of accommodate their.
So it's about
their
accommodating
thoughts.
ideas and initiatives
Yeah.
for maybe the year 12s primarily, but also the greater school to
Yeah.
also assist maybe the college captains at a busy time.
Yeah.
For sure.
And what are some of the opportunities you've been exposed to as captains or vice captains of the school?
I think meeting a lot of new people, like we see, we've met Warren. We haven't met Warren before. We've developed a strong relationship with Warren now.
Well, he is a pretty boring person, isn't he, Warren? So
He makes some pretty good TikToks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
he tries his best.
Yeah, to be honest, he's got us a bit TikTok famous, so Molly and I can't complain about that. We just rock up to his office random Wednesdays and say, hey, Warren, there was 100 days of school left today, so we just got a few clips and he might have to remove a few parts, but it's pretty good.
Chucks them together,
Yeah.
makes a good
And
video.
beside for Warren, who's the most influential person that we've ever met?
Oh, boy, didn't you meet the promise?
Oh, yeah, we met the PM.
The PM?
Yeah.
We met the PM. That was so cool.
Was
I
he
wasn't there, though.
was he a cold guy? Or?
Yeah, he was so cool. It's a bit of
It's a bit rare you get a person in politics that's actually a cool person.
Yeah, well, no, so we rocked up to this thing, and to be honest, it was like the talk about The Voice,
Okay.
and it didn't sound the most exciting thing, It was
Politics
cool,
isn't
but,
exciting.
Yeah, it was just going to be our boy speaking for half an hour, 45 minutes. I thought, wow, is this how I'm really going to spend my Monday night? Okay. Hang on.
Alrighty, let's move on.
No. And then, so
Okay, got a video.
Here's me and Albo.
You're an elbow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did say that photo.
So it was supposed to be me, Mollie, Louis, and Ella, but Louis couldn't make it, so Charlie Twelftree took his spot. That was an experience, and we ended up getting a photo with him, and we were really lucky because there was this little kid, and he was like, "Oh, Albo," and the security let him through.
Oh.
And so Mr. Albano was like, "If you want to get a photo with him, now's your chance," because they've just let one through.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was someone in front of us, and then we got a photo, and all the other school kids behind us didn't get a photo after it, so we were the only school kids to
Well
meet
played,
him. And,
Mr. A. Well played. That
It was really
that is
good.
impressive. Yes. And what are some of the big challenges you've faced as vice captains? What's been? Oh, I already know where we're going, but
I was going to
enlighten me.
say definitely your complaints of the common room.
The
shutdown.
common room shutdown.
Yeah,
There you go.
the common room's been a
Common
bit of
room.
an issue.
Yeah, common room shutdown was
And the
a
common.
big disappointment.
And when we talk about the disappointment of the year of 2023 in the common room, in particular, what would you say has been the letdown of it? Do you think that? Yeah. What do you think has been the big letdown?
I think for Mollie and I, it's been
People.
people like just the wider year levels. Just disrespect basically. Like we understand it was a new year, and there was a lot of unknowns, but the year level just seemed to we didn't have the buy-in that we would have liked, I guess, and it was really difficult for Mollie and I to get people involved and try and create a positive culture rather than just one that was sort of.
And if we go to a positive culture, how do you think now we could have created that better or that more positive culture in the common room that maybe could have avoided a shutdown?
I just feel like we're having the new common room now. People are less inclined to kick holes in the walls and play
Cricket.
cricket.
Great game.
And break mugs. So that already, just the room itself is a positive culture. But I feel like the people in there just hanging out with each other creates a positive culture in our whole year level.
Yeah, I think if we were to have our time again, we'd probably go back and sort of rethink and put a bit more effort into how we wanted the common room to look like and what our really goals were for the year level in that space. So at the moment we've sort of changed it up from at the start of the year where it was more of a hangout, get away from school space. It's more of a study, but you can also
Educational haven. Yes.
I suppose so. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
talk while you study, but mainly study focused, which I think is really positive.
And
for-
while on this topic of learnings, do you think, what has this position sort of taught you? Like across the year, what have been some of, the main teachings that you reflect back on?
That not everything's going to be easy. And I think that one of the
When is it ever, Mollie?
It's true. I think that one of the biggest, the hardest things for Billy and I was taking things personally. And so I think that there's a huge lesson in what you should take personally and what you shouldn't, because the backlash from the common room definitely, I took that a bit personally. Just trying to figure out that stuff.
I think
Got to understand that it's not always your fault and that sometimes
Exactly.
the common room is closed, not because of us, because of you. And because of that, the whole grade's going to suffer.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that is tough. That is very tough. And how have role models, we love role models on the podcast, and how have role models influenced how you think with other students, Billy?
What certain role models are you talking about, Henry?
Yeah, like
student
how-
role models, or are you talking about?
No, just role models in general. It could be anyone, but how have those role models and their characteristics influenced how you interact with year levels?
I think the school captains for me have been a really big role model. So when I went down to junior school with Ella one time, it was really cool to see how she interacted with the new parents and just a small conversation where she led that.
How to
was-
initiate conversation
Yeah,
and
just
build
sort of
this sense
where,
of communication.
Where she was taking that conversation with new parents that were looking at the school as a certain place for their child's education down the LC, like this is what they're looking for their child, for their whole, that's their education. I think that was, a really big learning experience for me, and also, just really nice role model.
And you learned that, John, maybe this is how I should communicate, this is how I initiate conversations with maybe new people, people that I'm unfamiliar with. And Jess, Mollie, how have role models influenced your interactions?
I'd say that Mr. Ritson, although it's not so much a role model, it's just something that he told us.
It's admirable.
Admirable. Is, what was I literally going to say? What was I going to say? There's something about the common room. I can't remember.
Was it a quote?
No, it was like a situation.
Was it in one of our meetings?
No. Oh, yes. It was, I had it on my mind, I just forgot it. I remembered the something he said that was really oh my god, why did I just forget it again?
making me thirsty, Mollie. Come on, let's.
This is good content, guys. Good content.
Oh my god.
This is how you get on TikTok.
Oh my god, what was it?
Bit of product placement there for Nike. Okay, we'll come back to it. Mollie. We'll give you time to think. And now that I'm refreshed and
you.
rejuvenated from the beautiful water inside Billy's water bottle, we can now go on to what has been a moment at Scotch that has left the biggest impact on you?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question. I was going to say, for me, I don't think there's a moment that I can say like is definitive where I've been like, wow, that's really changed who I am. It would be more, I think Year 9's a good experience to this because it's just that night at Scotch program.
It's a journey.
Yeah, it's more like you have a lot of little things that really
Make a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like shape your opinions and your views and who you sort of become. I guess it's not just one thing. That's
The Year 9 experience, the night at Scotch, the Odyssey.
Yeah.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Well, we'll
Okay,
come back to Mollie.
So the admirable thing was when it's really hard, this is another difficult thing we found was when your friends are mucking around in the common room and you have to find that balance between being their friend and being like, haha, that's really funny, but then being like, oh, you guys should probably stop that. Having a chat to Mr. Ritson about that was really admirable for me. And that's what I was going to say.
That is one of the toughest moments that you could imagine.
And so him
telling your
helping
friends
me-
off.
Helping me through that and that role model, that was what it
That
was.
is admirable. Thank you for sharing, Mollie. Very interesting. And
okay.
if we go back on to Mollie, what's your moment at Scotch that has left the biggest impact on you as a person that you are today?
That's a hard one, Seb. I would probably say Goose Island. And I feel like a lot of people would say that.
And why Goose?
Only because you create such deep connections with everyone. Our Goose Island weather was absolutely horrible, may I just say.
It was.
Ours was
the
excellent.
first-
We had 25 degrees every day, beautifully sunny.
No need to rub it in.
Yeah,
right?
no, we had torrential rain, wind while setting up our tents, and we all wanted to leave on the first day. And then it turned out to be genuinely the best Scotch experience. And I think that creating those deeper connections really just...
And I think on that, it's not just like if it was easy, it might not have been as good. Like I think you grow a lot more when you're challenged, and that's something this role that Mollie and I found is really, especially for me, like when we've been challenged is sort of when we're working at our best, and it's really I found most enjoyable. Like there's times where Mollie and I speak to each other and we think, wow, we could really be doing more here, and it's not. Those times aren't as fun as when we are really challenging ourselves, and we get to the end of a week, like last week with Impact Week and trial exams. We went down to Victor Hull with some of the Year 11s, and we were all just like, really, really tired and sort of, given up, I guess, a bit with the week. And we went down there, and it was just, a really good experience, really good time, because we're just challenging ourselves and pushing through.
Well, nothing worth doing is easy, is it, Mollie?
Exactly.
The famous words of David Scholes after the ICSI Grand Final win.
So beautiful.
It
Such
was
a beautiful
Oh,
moment.
it was a beautiful moment, wasn't it, for all that were there? And if you're looking back on the year and we can think of maybe one or two highlights, what would they be?
We actually got asked this question on Impact Week. Oh no, in the Year 11s had to ask the captain some questions, and I made the point of just getting to know people better, like we said before. Over this year, getting to know Billy and Ella and Louis has been awesome. Just not like as a leadership role, but also
Just as people.
As people, the trips we've been on have been really fun, and that's definitely a highlight.
Yeah.
What would you say, Billy?
I think just learning what you're capable of. Like, a lot of it is really mental, I found. Like, there was this time with Louis and I and Miss Grave, and we're thinking about doing these spiders for this Friday thing at the start of the term. And we thought it was a possibility at the start of the week, and we thought, it's probably not going to work because it just won't work. And then it got to Thursday afternoon, and at lunchtime, Louis and I just thought, well, why not? We'll just give it a crack. And so that night, it was a bit stressful. We went down to Woolies and Coles at Mitcham. We sort of,
Loaded up.
loaded up. And it was a bit difficult because we obviously wanted a ridiculous amount of ice cream, soft drink and cups and stuff. It was hard to find. But anyway, we got there, we picked it up on a Friday, and we got back, and it was all melting. And it was shocking. And the assembly finished early, so we weren't quite prepared for like the lunchtime rush. And we got there, and I remember the Year 12 just started throwing Super Dupers at people, and the teachers told them off. It was pretty funny. And then we handed out these spiders. We made a few $100s, and it was just a really good experience. And Louis and I, to get to the end of the day, we were absolutely finished. And we thought, we've done that. It was pretty good. It was
You
just
pulled off something that you didn't think
Yeah.
was imaginable. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's exciting. And our last question to summarise what has been a truly great episode of the Scotch podcast is, what advice would you give to the Year 11s that are applying for leadership positions at the moment?
I'd just say give it a go. There's so many people that are so hesitant. Like, oh, I don't know whether to go for vice, just do it. I was really hesitant towards going for it, but I realised that we can actually make a difference on our year level, and I think that's a really exciting possibility. Even if they don't end up getting it, there's so many other things they can do to help contribute, even if they don't get the badge and the role of vice captain.
Yeah, definitely. I think on that, with the 11s, I'd say in leadership especially, just because something didn't go the way you thought it was going to go doesn't mean it was a bad thing. Like, yeah, we found that some of our Movember day last year, that turned into something that Mollie and I didn't think we could. It was just, not really fathomable for us.
Close enough.
Yeah, thanks, Seb. It was just something really cool and it went really well. So just because it didn't go how you thought it was going to go doesn't mean it was bad.
Be spontaneous.
And Mollie, I love how you've summarised it. Give it a go. Because today on the Scotch podcast, for episode number 8, we truly gave it a go. We truly tried to go out of our comfort zone and to be funny, because we are not funny people. At least 2 of us are not funny people. But you know what? We got there.
Are you
We had
talking
some
about
fun. No,
you
don't think.
two?
No. But thank you for joining us on the Scotch podcast, episode number 8, a truly great episode of the Scotch podcast. Thank you, and we'll see you for episode 9.
Thank you, Seb.
Thank you, Seb.